Hello everyone, this is Priyanka. Recently I've got request to create a video solution on this logical reasoning problem that was being asked in A-Led 2015, and this problem was about certain chemicals in some flask having a different color, and this problem involved or revolved around mixing of those chemicals, and there were few questions based on the resultant colors. So let's have a look at the problem and then we'll proceed to the questions. So in this problem, there were 6 questions associated with this particular set, and it talked about that there's a science student who had 4 flasks which were numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and the flask number 1 contained a red chemical, flask number 2 contained a blue chemical, flask 3 contained a green, and flask 4 orange. So this is in order. So there's no randomness here. And a typical chemical experiment would mean mixing exactly 2 of these chemicals together by completely emptying the content of one of the flasks into another of the flasks. So whenever we are talking about an experiment, by an experiment we mean that we are mixing any of the 2 chemicals. Okay, and there were few conditions which were put here. Okay, and if we are conducting an experiment and there we are getting a product of that particular experiment, that cannot be further used for any subsequent experiment. Now the rules were like, as we can see, the rule 1 says mixing the content of 1 and 2 produces a red chemical. So if we mix the chemical in flask 1 and 2, the resultant would have been a red chemical. If 2 and 3 were mixed, we would have got an orange chemical. If 3 has been mixed with 1 or 3 has been mixed with 4, this would have given us a blue chemical. And lastly, if 4 has been added with 1 or 4 has been added with 2, this would have given us an green chemical. So these were 4 conditions that were set in this question. So let's have a look at the questions now. So for the sake of solving this question, I have already written the conditions in one side, and also let's not forget what were the original colors in each of these flasks. One had red, 2 had blue, flask 3 had green color in it, green colored chemical, and flask 4 had orange colored chemical. So the first question was, if a student performs exactly one experiment, which of the following could be the colors of the chemicals in the resulting three non-empty flasks? Okay, so can I get 2 blues? If I check the option 1, can I get 2 blues and 1 green? So if we keep our blue and green intact, and if we mix 1 and 4, we would get green. So we could have 2 greens, 1 blue, but not 2 blues, 1 green. So this is not our answer. 2 oranges. So orange can be made by mixing 2 and 3. So if I mix 2 and 3, I can get an orange. So I would have got 1 red, 2 orange. But here option B talks about 1 blue, 2 oranges. Again, this cannot also be not my answer. Blue, orange, red. Again, if we evaluate option number C to find out if blue and orange and a red can be created, let's say I'm retaining my red and blue as it is, and I mix 3 and 4. When I mix 3 and 4, I get a blue. So 2 blues, 1 red is possible, but red, blue, orange is not possible. Checking the last option, which talks about 2 green and 1 red. So let's keep our original colors intact. That means I'm keeping 1 red and 1 green intact. That means I'm not disturbing my flask number 1 and 3, and I'll mix 2 and 4. When I mix 2 and 4, I get green. So yes, it is possible to get 2 greens and 1 red. That's my answer would be D here. Moving on to second question. if a student performs exactly two experiments, which of the following could be the colors of the chemicals in the resulting two non-empty flasks? Okay, so two blues. Is it possible to get two blues? Let's just check. So quickly, one was with red, two was with blue, third flask had green, and fourth had orange. Now, if I want to keep one blue, and blue can only be created as a result of one experiment, and here we are conducting two experiments. So is it possible to get two blues? Actually not. Then blue and orange. Now if you check this mixing and resultant color table, if I want blue and orange, so in both the combinations you can see flask number 3 has been used. If I want to create orange, flask 3 has to be mixed with flask 2. If you want to create blue, again 3 has to be mixed with 1 and 4. Now this is not practically possible because in both the experiments you would need two distinct flasks. So option B is also not possible. Option C, blue and red. If I want to create blue, I can mix 3 with 4. If I want to create red, I can mix 1 with 2. Yes, this is possible. So option C would be my answer. I think having this kind of table in front of you when you're solving such a kind of question, if at all, a question like this is coming in your exams, would be much, much handier and would make your solution much easier. Next question. If the student performs exactly one experiment, none of the resulting three non-empty flasks contain a red chemical. Okay. Which of the following could be the colors of the chemicals in the three flasks? Okay. So we do not want red to be in any of the, flasks. So what we can be sure of here that flask number 1, which originally had red chemical, is definitely is a part of that experiment. 2 had blue, 3 had green, and 4 had orange. Now we would be mixing one with some other flowers, okay, and so that we are not getting the red chemical again. The possible ways to achieve this is that we mix flask 1 with 2 and keeping my 3 and 4 intact. But the problem here is that when I mix 1 with 2, I am getting again red, which is a violation of the condition that has been given in this question. Keeping 3 as it is would have given me a green and orange, so this is not possible. When I mix 1 with 3 and keeping 2 and 4 as it is, when I'm mixing 1 with 3, I'll get a blue, 2 again has a blue, and 4 had an orange. But has it been in the any of the option 2 blues and 1 orange? Actually not. So mixing 1 with 4 and keeping 2 and 3 as it is, 1 with 4 would have given me a green, 2 is already a blue, and 3 is green. So 2 greens and 1 blues. Yes, we can see that in option number B, option B. So that's how we will do. We need to have a clarity because we do not want red chemical to be there and we are only conducting one experiment. So definitely the contents of flask 1 would be mixed with contents of some other flask. So that's what we are checking here. Okay, this question says if a student performs exactly one experiment and exactly one of the resulting 3 non-empty flasks contain a blue, which one of the following must be the colors of the chemicals in the other 2 flasks? So again we'll look at that we want blue to be in one of the flasks. So there are 2 ways to achieve it. One, that we would retain our original blue. Other, that we would create blue by mixing it with some other or by mixing 2 particular chemicals or flasks. Okay, if I am retaining my original blue, so that means I am keeping my flask number 2 intact, and then we are left with 1, 3 and 4. So if we are mixing 1 with 3, we get a blue, and in that case 4 is being left out, would have orange. The other possibility is that we are mixing 1 with 4. Mixing 1 with 4 would have given us a green color, and we are keeping a 3 as it is. So again we have green. So we can see both green is possible. So what we did here is that since we wanted one of the flowers to have blue chemical, we retained that particular flask which already had blue chemical, and we performed experiments on the other 3 flasks. And that's how, I guess, reaching to an answer would be an faster task, or would be an easier thing to do. Moving on to next one. If the student will perform exactly 2 experiment, and after the first experiment exactly one of the resulting 3 non-empty flasks contain an orange chemical, then in the second experiment the student could mix together the content of flasks. So here again, so there are 2 experiments being conducted, and after the first experiment we want one of the flasks to have original chemical. So we'll work as we have worked in the previous questions, that we will retain our that particular flask which already had orange. So we are keeping our flask number 4 intact. Now we are left with 1, 2 and 3. Now if you look at this chart, mixing 2 and 3 would again give you an orange. So this is not what you would want, because you want only one flask to have orange chemical. So what you would do, you would mix 1 and 2. When you mix 1 and 2, you would get red. So you're mixing 1 and 2, you're keeping 3 intact and you're keeping 4 intact. So you have, after the first set of experiment, you have orange in one flask, red in one flask, and 3 already had green. So in the second experiment, you would be mixing 3 and 4. As you can recall, it has been mentioned in the question that the products of any of the experiments are not being used for any further experiment. So we cannot use 1 and 2 now, or the red chemical that we've got by mixing 1 and 2 cannot be used again. So in this second experiment, we would be mixing the contents of flask 3 and flask 4, giving us as an answer as option number D. Now the last question with this set was, if the student performs exactly one experiment and none of the resulting 3 non-empty flasks contain an orange chemical, then the student must have mixed the contents of. Now again, we know the colors in our original flask: red, blue, green and orange. And the question wants us that we are conducting one experiment, and after the experiment none of the flasks has orange chemical. So we know 2 restrictions. One is that 2 and 3 cannot be mixed, and secondly, because we do not want orange, definitely flask number 4 has to be mixed with some other flask, because we do not want orange with us. So it's a question. Answer should be option D, that we are definitely mixing the content of flask 4 with any one of the other flasks given. Okay, so I hope this was an easy question, because you don't have to do any combination or something, because you do not want orange. You will just straight away take up flask number 4, will mix it with 3 or 2 or with 1 in any order. All you want to do is you do not want orange to be there. That's it. So thank you. I hope the solution to this particular problem is clear. So do reach me in case you have any more problems you want me to work upon. And my Telegram ID is Priyanka5980, and email ID is priyanka5980@gmail.com. Thank you. Bye bye.